my friend. Welcome to the study. I've got the June 2021 issue of Sailing Today with Yachts and Yachting magazine. There's some very nice things in it to look at and to look ahead to the summer with. So I'll be paging through this magazine and give you some relaxing paper sounds, some whispers, and of course be looking at some beautiful pictures and a little bit of information to accompany me. I've chosen a Tisane from Frère Tea Company. It's a French tea company, and in my opinion they make the finest teas in the world. This one is called Tisane des Merveilles, or herbal tea marvels, parfumé. So I've brewed that up in a little glass pot that is very hot now. So I'm going to pour it in an insulated glass cup. And it smells beautiful, very floral, flowers and herbs. Very comforting Tisane to accompany us as we relax. The cover has the highlights: UK cruising, plot your dream summer, Caledonian cruise, Loch Ness by yacht, digital pilot, what the latest tech can do. We also have the Duke of Edinburgh, a life in sailing. Charter skipper shares tips about the Croatian islands cruising. And then a few things about Ramsgate, Regal Ramsgate Marina, Olympic coaches, top tips to mastering waves in dinghy racing, and to chartering boats in 2021. There's the editor. And a very exciting thing, the Round the Island race, which was cancelled last year because of the pandemic, will, fingers crossed, be taking place this year because I'll be racing in it. I didn't get to race last year because it was cancelled, so I'm really, really excited. And it is the 90th anniversary of the Round the Island yacht race that goes around the Isle of Wight from Cowes. The Round the Island race generally generates a selection of iconic images every year, and this photo captures the pressure patches on the water as the fleet beats up the course. marking the 90th anniversary of the event. Sailors pay tribute to Prince Philip. So His Royal Highness the Duke of Edinburgh, who sadly passed away last month, was a very keen sportsman and a very keen sailor as well. As the sailing world paid tribute to HRH, Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, previously unseen images of His Royal Highness sailing as a schoolboy came to light. And there he is, a very nice picture there. The young boy in his sailboat with his hand on the tiller. And there he is, doing his sailor duties with his mates. They show the Duke in happy times in 1937 sailing one of Gordonstone's boats. Gordonstone is the school that the Duke attended in Scotland as a boy. Diligent helming and washing up. Diligent was a 14-ton Cornish trading ketch, bought in Plymouth in 1936 by teacher Michael Noel Varville. The Duke also served as Commodore from 1961 to 68 in the Navy, so we know he had a very long naval career as well. At the 1956 Royal Yachting Association annual general meeting, the Duke of Edinburgh was elected president of the RYA for the first time. His Royal Highness opened the Regatta House building that the Cows Week team still uses today on 19th of May 2004. Keelboats will be in around the island, receiving their own class this year. There will be a Southampton boat show in September. We've missed that as well. All of these things we've missed during the pandemic. So this magazine is full of hope that we can get out and be with our friends again. British will challenge for the next America's Cup. Paris Olympic Games 2024. And this is an article on some new boats. This is the Solaris 60. Absolute epitome of Italian boating and boat building, being stylish and sleek with decent performance. There's a new dinghy as well. The Befoil 16. So it's a foiling catamaran and a Neo 430 Roma. I like the black sails, but not easy to see on the horizon with land in the background. De Cesari 33. Some navigational equipment. Dinghy sailors racing. Look like skiffs. They're talking about mixed offshore events at the Olympics. coast of Croatia. Some beautiful things to see here. Old cities with beautiful Romanesque and neoclassical architecture. Islands. I keep hitting the mic. Islands. Red-roofed houses. Sunsets. So there are tips on mooring, weather, food and drink. And some advice on different anchorages to know about. There's a nice breakwater, some protected or sheltered harbor. And look at the color of the water. It goes to deep blue in the Adriatic. And you might be able to hear the wind at the moment because we have a little spring rainstorm coming through. And there is the regatta coming to Plymouth this year. The Sail GP Championships takes place in Devon with spectacular vantage points ashore and afloat as the world's best sailors go head to head. And these are the boats that have effectively an airplane wing as a sail. It's a certain class. They're foiling catamaran type boats. Very expensive, very fast, and consequently very dangerous. And there's our man Tom Cunliffe, who always writes about his past experiences. That is a gorgeous little car there. The gaff rig there. And an ad for Cows Week in 2021, which also was kind of cancelled last year. All the sailors of the world know about Cows Week and everybody comes to Cows. It's a big celebration of sail and racing. And here we have Around the Island yacht race. Every class of sailboat is welcome to sail. And this year we'll celebrate Round the Island race's 90th birthday. There you see the infamous chalk cliffs coming out in the headland called the Needles. All the yachts are starting from Cowes and going around down the western Solent towards the west, out of the Needles into the English Channel and around the island and back to Cowes. And there are some newspapers and magazine pictures from when it first started 90 years ago. The first race took place in 1931 with 25 entries. 9 decades later, it is renowned as one of the biggest mass participation events in the world, giving weekend family crews the chance to compete on the same course as the biggest names in the sport. Back in 1930, it was Major Cyril Windler, a member of the Island Sailing Club, who proposed a handicap race around the Isle of Wight for smaller boats, which at the time meant between 5 and 25 tons. In this anniversary year, the Island Sailing Club, which has run the event since 1931, launched which is a new race for keelboats in Windler's name. So there are different classes when you race, and you're giving a particular color flag to put on your stays that will designate which class you're in, whether it's the cruising class or probably there's also several wooden boat classes, high performance. I'm in the cruising class. I usually stay back there, and each class has a different starting time. Usually takes about 10-ish hours for the slowest boats unless there's no wind. And there's the tower at the end of the Needles. Some small boats can cut across there. If you have just a daggerboard or lifting keel, it might be possible. Some racers a little bit more adventurous than others. There's the cup. And there is a very high performance boat. A lot of the high performance boats will have big name sponsors as well. Now this one's about some locks, getting into Loch Ness, and it looks as you have to actually go through some locks to get in or out of it. There's the canal cutting. Oh, it says it's the Caledonian Canal, and there you can see a yacht waiting to enter the lock in the canal. This is Port Augustus on Loch Ness, and a picture of Nessie. Sometimes I think my thumb looks like Nessie. Do you think it looks like Nessie? Maybe a little bit. And there's some sailors in the canal, the Caledonian Canal. You can see they're all rugged up, so it's not going to be bikini weather. And here, Urquhart Castle on Loch Ness. Time for some tea. And the color is getting very nice. Sort of a amber color. And if you can see the tea, you can see that Tamanfrère takes nice big pieces of tea leaves and herbs and flowers. They don't grind up their tea leaves into a powder or pencil shavings, but they let the leaf make the flavor. So it's very, very nice tea. Little dribble. This is about trimarans. Boat test of the Neo 43. So 43-footer trimaran for cruising. Probably definitely at home in the Greek islands or the Caribbean, or you can just put on your snorkel gear and look at the size of that saloon. It's very stable with those 3 hulls as well. speed, compass direction, true and corrected compass direction, so compass and true. Compass being after variation, and then you also have to do a correction for deviation. But we won't get into that today. Depth, speed over ground, all kinds of instruments you can use. They've got theirs mounted on their mast below the boom and just over the fang. And the marina they're looking at this month is Royal Harbour Ramsgate in Kent. Very busy place. One of the places that they think the Romans landed when Julius Caesar came over with his ships in 54 and 55 BC. There's a nice picture with the sun coming behind the clouds. So if you want to be near London, that's probably a good place to go. And there's the Big Sean Navionics and Ramsgate. Look at all the sandbars. And there's the Thames estuary at night. And the Millennium Dome and some of London behind. I'm not sure if that's Canary Wharf. Not sure how far you can see from the estuary. I've never been to the estuary myself. I think I've been as far as Canary Wharf with all of its tall buildings. And this one is about chartering a yacht as a family. It gives you tips on having a holiday on a yacht. And there are two things I know very well. Calshot Castle, which is channel marker, red channel marker, so starboard side, and the Red Funnel ferry that goes from Southampton to East Cowes on the Isle of Wight. Another article on a catamaran or multi-hull cruising yachts. They are quite easy to use. Many of them are motorized rigging, so you aren't climbing around to adjust things quite as much as you would on a motorhull. And they have these wonderful trampolines which are really nice for warm weather because you can just sit on them, and if you're going fast it's like a jacuzzi. And they do have lots of space inside, which is also nice. There you have the deck plan. That's inside the hulls, but on top of the hulls across, you'll have the kitchen and everything. So it looks like they have 2 heads there and 6 double beds. So you can take all of your friends. Look at those 2 boys there. Everybody having fun on the water. Now we have some racing tips for waves offshore in dinghies, which looks like some valuable racing advice. Talking about sailing your dinghy in the ocean swells, reading the waves and the currents, getting the best speed. Whether you go front on or sideways. And another So many people are looking forward to this season when hopefully everything will be open again and we'll all get to see our friends and meet people who enjoy the same things. Have fun. And get out and enjoy the world again. But even though we're getting out, we have to remember to stay safe and take care of each other and the planet. Be good to yourself